More to the story with the Moors. Turn my shits up. Mm.
This is typically how it goes, guys. I just sit back and be entertained by them.
Yes. I am Farron.
I'm the kid.
And I'm the one that inspires all the cool stuff like Farron shirts.
Oh.
Yeah. I did it on purpose.
I'm the odd one out.
Fubu.
Fubus.
Okay, you guys. So, stop. so, okay. So, this story was supposed to go with last week's story. And I was going to just skip it since I didn't get to it, but I think it's good, so we're going to do it. You ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Mhm.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Here's the captain.
Oh, right. Am I wrong? Oh, no. I don't want to read. Stop trying to look. I was editing one of them, and I'm on the iPad, and your eyes like this the whole time. I was like, I should zoom in on her face right here, nosy ass. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, lady, listen. I've known this friend since we were small kids. Our parents were friends. Now she's 26 and I'm early 30s. She recently had a baby and we spent a lot more time together than usual, as she needed a lot of support with her newborn and there's no mom or mother-in-law around to help. So just a brief backstory to the friend's relationship with her husband.
Okay.
Because this is the friend is writing about her friend's marriage, okay? So just a brief backstory to their relationship with her now husband. They met online when she was 13 and he was 19 and started an online relationship. When she was 15 and he was 21, he moved into the same town as her and they started dating in real life. Her parents were very much against this, but she fought them and threw tantrums until they gave up and allowed her to keep seeing the guy. Then she turned 18 and he convinced her to move back into his hometown with him, giving up her studies and leaving her family and friends behind. They got married when she turned 22 and she gave birth to their first baby at 25. I was never sure about this relationship as I thought it was highly inappropriate, but she swore up and down that he's really respectful and he makes her happy.
She should be at the club.
So now that we were spending time together and texting and calling a lot more than usual, she was starting to complain about her husband quite frequently. Apparently, he refuses to change nappies. I think this is a British person. Unwilling to help around the house or cook, doesn't do any night feedings, didn't help her out with chores whilst she was pregnant and after giving birth. She says he just doesn't know how to do these things
He's lying.
because her awful mother-in-law never taught him how to do chores. So he just doesn't do anything around the house. Then she started to complain about him being verbally aggressive if she doesn't clean, cook, or buy groceries the way he'd expected. He straight refuses to help her when she asks. However, he will sometimes make up a bottle for the baby or hold her while she has a quick shower. He won't let her dress the way she wants, cut her hair, have tattoos or piercings, or take hormonal contraception. She has a medical condition where she grows excess hair on her body and face, PCOS, yeah, that she feels very insecure about, and being on the pill will greatly improve this condition. He's just overall extremely mean, lazy, selfish, and often abusive with her. I brought this up with my friend. I explained that healthy relationships don't work this way, and she really has to do something about this. He needs to change. Otherwise, she'd be better off without a man like this. I also said he probably conditioned her from her childhood to believe this was okay and not to leave him. She got super offended and said they have a happy, loving marriage, a nice home, a dog, and a new baby, and she wouldn't want any other life. And that he's not being abusive or controlling because when they have a fight, she screams back at him too, and she often gets her way about things. Now she refuses to talk to me because I won't take back what I said about this guy. She blocked me everywhere and left all group chats we were in. My husband says I did the right thing and she needed to hear it from someone. My mom thinks I'm a dummy and I should never comment on people's relationships as it's none of my business. Thoughts?
The mama need to shut up. First of all. Yeah.
So I've had people tell me, like, I've commented to a friend about somebody that she was dating, and I had somebody else tell me, you can't tell her what to do in her relationship, like that ain't none of your business. And it's like, but that's my friend
Right.
and I want her to be happy. But I also get the not, look, if
'Cause
you
it's their
good with it, I'm
decision to
good
do
with it. It's
something.
their
To
decision.
do something with what you say, so it's not really, you're not doing a lot.
Yeah,
It's
like,
not like you're break up right now, unless it's
yeah.
like needs that, unless that's necessary to say. But if it's just advice and just being like, hey, watch
Right.
out for then it's up to her. She gonna take it or she not. It's gonna be in the back of her head. She can act on it if she want to.
Period. Babe,
Cause
you got. Would you say something?
I mean, there's no way that the friend that wrote this in can know this information without the other friend telling her.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're telling me this information, as most humans do, I'm going to hear all the information
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to come
Process it.
to a conclusion of my own based
Right.
on how I feel about you as a friend and typically your well-being. If you're telling me all this negative stuff, the only time he holds the baby or gives her a bottle is when I need to take a quick shower. He doesn't clean up. He gets mad when I don't grocery shop the way he wants or clean up the way he wants. I can't take pills that make me look more unattractive in my eyes, which could also boost my confidence. I can't get any tattoos. I can't get any piercings. That sounds like a dictatorship, not a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You are having your whole life determined by another person. All the life decisions that you should be able to make as a free human have been stripped from you. That doesn't sound like a relationship.
Another thing is like, if you get a tattoo, what are you gonna do? Because don't you like divorce is like a really serious legal thing. Like you need reason and evidence to divorce.
And the reason gonna be she got a tattoo.
I didn't want to. Like, get the tattoo, get the piercing, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, that tattoo
It's
could
also
lead.
for
If
the approval
the
of
friend
the-
also says she often suffers through abuse, and she didn't distinct whether it was just verbal or
Yes.
verbal and physical
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
when they said abuse right there.
Yeah.
Oh, they wouldn't. The person being abused wouldn't just outright say,
Yeah,
"I'm being
but
physically abused."
if she gets a tattoo and he beats on her, and every time he sees her, strikes him up because of, it's a visual cue for him. You never know what that could lead to. You
True.
might not get a chance to get divorced. She might be killed by this person before they even have a chance to get divorced.
Very true.
It's a very difficult situation because a lot of times people in those circumstances don't see the wrong early enough, or they believe that they can change the person
Mm-hmm.
without being realized their whole
Everything about
thought process
them.
has been compromised because they have been groomed for so long, or they
Yep.
have been conditioned for so long to endure this abusive behavior, this controlling behavior. And so they don't see the need to immediately get out, even when violence is a part of it. Oh, he only does this when he's drinking, or he only does this when he's stressed, or when things are bad at work. Things are always going to get bad at work at some point. That's work. Work is never going to be on cruise control. If you're someone that wants to constantly exceed in your field, there are always going to be stressful times. So you're just okay with this person 4 to whenever, how many times a year, going on a violent rant on you because it's stressful work.
But would you say something to your friend? You still haven't answered that.
I absolutely would. I would say something the first time, and if that person is unresponsive or just, if they are reluctant and they seem like they need help, then I'm going to be there for it. If that person is just turning a deaf ear and a blind eye to it, then I'll probably remove myself for the friendship. You ain't got to worry about not talking to me because I can't sit back and watch somebody go through that type of stuff and be okay with it. It's going to weigh on me because I'm an empath. So I'm going to be thinking, I'm going to be laying up in bed thinking about how this person is being abused and mistreated and undermined every step of the way. That's going to affect my energy. And I'm going to know that this person isn't going to take any of my advice until maybe it's too late. And then I'm going to feel guilty. And I'm going to have to carry that around. So the easiest thing for me to do is to do a clean break because I can't do that. I grew up seeing that type of stuff. I know the lasting effects that it has on a person. I know the traumatic effects that it has on a person. For years, me and Farron, if we got into a heated discussion, not even an argument, if she raised her voice a little bit, I'm tapping out. And that's from watching my mom grow up and argue with my sister's dad and him becoming violent. And so anything that raised the decibels in the conversation, I'm out. I would not have it. I'm gone. And I'm going to be quiet for the next 3 to 4 days. It's going to be tension as hell in this house. But those are the lasting effects of seeing that grow up. And that kid may be going through that. So I make a clean break.
And a lot of people will argue that like, oh, leaving the friendship and just abandoning them is selfish, but it's like, it's fucking ooh.
Keep going though. It's fucking what?
It's messing up two people's just well-being and mental health, and it's like. It's like you said, it's hard. Stop.
I didn't say anything. But Noah's staying in there. I want you to know it's staying in there.
Yeah, I know.
It's fucking up two people's relationship. That's what you were saying.
But because this was like a thing it was a discourse on Twitter. People were like, my friend, I tried to be there for her, and then the guy pulled out a gun on me. Because I was trying to help her. So it was like I had to dip. Like I wasn't going to stay
right.
for that. It's like I'm trying to help and it's putting my life at danger.
Yeah. I have a friend who has lost a friend because the partner didn't get along with. Actually, they didn't even have beef. He just made up some shit because he didn't like her. And so the friend like, oh, well, you don't get along with my man, so I gotta, unfriend you, basically. And they had been friends since, childhood. So I can see why somebody would be hesitant or just be like, yo, don't say nothing because that's how you lose your friend. But then it's like, that's not even a healthy friendship if I can't be honest with you.
Right, because it's like I can't just see my friend going through this.
Right. Like, yeah.
And it's like I don't want to say and she not wanting to do anything to fix it, but it's like it's hard in that situation to wrap your mind around that there is something to fix.
Mm-hmm. Especially, hell, they've been fucking around with each other since she was 13 and she's 25 now.
That's all she knows.
That's
dating
12 years.
And that's more than half her life at this point.
Yeah.
It's no coming, half her life. It's no coming back from that until she wants to. I heard a quote once and I've never forgot it. Everybody wakes up to their own alarm clock. Mm-hmm. You can want the best for somebody, but they ain't gonna want it until they wake up and realize what is best for them. You scream it to them, you preach it to them, you write down on flashcards. It's not going to happen. Someone can't want better. You can't want more for someone than they want for themselves and expect them to do it.
Yep.
They're not going to do it. Everybody wakes up to their own alarm clock. And while you're trying to preach that, you're going to turn blue in the face, get frustrated, and you're going to, just sever the tie anyway from just you guys clashing as much. So it's easier sometimes to just walk away and hope the best and pray for that person, lift them up.
Yeah,
send
it's
positive
true.
vibes, but you can't make that person leave before they want to. And I'm not judging
And
the other
especially if you're
person.
not even coming with an alternative or a solution, it's just leave.
Nah,
Then what do
E-
I do? This is
exactly.
all I know.
Not only that, like as a
Introduce me
friend-
Yeah,
to
just
talk
put,
space.
put the ideas in there, like subconscious.
Yeah.
my uncles,
They're conscious.
when my mom was getting abused by my sister's dad, I asked them one time, I'm like, yo, he's hitting your sister. Like, why ain't y'all going over there? Like,
Right.
mind you, I'm like 10, 11. Like, why y'all ain't going over there and talking to Buddy? Like, why y'all ain't, doing nothing? And they was like, she's just gonna go back to him. They was like, we've done that before. We pulled up on him. We told him don't put his hands on our sister. And then if your mama gonna keep going back to him, what good is that
What
gonna
good
do?
is that? Yeah.
Because soon as she go back to him, he gonna take that frustration of us pulling up on him
Out
out
on
on her.
Because he gonna think it's her fault.
So it's like when you're in that situation, it's totally up to that person. And I know sometimes people feel captive in that situation because, like you said, that's all they know. Especially half her life, this person is all they know. He's been her confidant. He's been her protector, so to speak, and her partner. So it's hard for them to give up, 13 years of your life. But when you think about that person could end your life in the next year or 2 years, like,
It's like all you had was those years.
Shit.
that
Yeah.
whole
So
trad household thing is so icky to me.
the what?
Trad, like traditional household.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna do all that's your job.
Yeah.
It's like you just don't know how to do it.
But it's not even how you don't know how to clean something.
It's not that hard. I promise you. You just go like this.
Like how you yeah, that part is nuts. What you called it? Weaponized incompetence. Yeah.
That's crazy,
So question to y'all. Oh yeah. Question to y'all about this. Have you ever had to just be honest and with a friend about their relationship? Have you been in that situation, the situation that this friend is in? And if so, how did it go? What was I about to say? Tell me.
if so, how did it go? Or have you
said
been the
that.
person in the other situation, in a
If so,
abusive or controlling relationship? How did it work out? Were you
That-
able to get
that he
out?
said.
Are you still in it and you and the person went through therapy? You guys were able to work it out and come out better on the other side. We want to be in your business. And keep in mind, like, your comments could help somebody. There could be somebody going through this, or the friend that's reading this, and they may be able to get some new ideas, new tips. We're just three people who have given our opinions. We're not professionals by any means. So if you've seen this or watching this and you think you have some good opinions or some good suggestions, please post them below. We would love to do an episode
What's
where
the proper way? Sorry. What's the proper way
no, babe, don't cut me off. We would love to.
to address that with a friend? Like, how would you want somebody to come to you if they think that you're in a fucked up relationship?
Woman to woman.
Me personally, therapy wouldn't turn anything around. We go to therapy. We're fixed. Part ways, buddy. Can't look at you the same anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you just, you take the person to somewhere, and this is just recently, like a friend of ours needed to have a talk with another friend, and they suggested doing it at a park or a beach, somewhere calming, somewhere nature-inducing, somewhere where drugs or alcohol would not be.
Nature induced.
Somewhere filled with nature. Nature spirited.
Induces nature.
Induced with nature. But just so it's calming, it's peaceful. There's no drinking involved, so it can't be fueled by
Drink some
anything.
water.
And you can tell that the intentions are pure and being
Yeah.
led by concern and love. So
Yeah. So, okay. But yeah, put that in the comments.
We can go to therapy all we like. I ain't come back home with you. I don't care how fixed you say you are. I ain't come back home. You done touched on me all hard and and mean like, and you talked to me all hard and mean like. That's
They did not say that she was physically
I know. I'm
abused.
just saying,
Okay.
in a similar situation,
Okay.
if that's what's happened. I can't look at you. Just saying, like you know,
And fellas,
fellas,
if you got a homeboy
you got some homeboys.
that is putting his hands on a woman
Do something.
and that's your friend,
And
you are
ain't-
just as fucked up as him.
Yep, you culpable if you ain't saying shit.
And even if you are saying something and the person's still doing it and you still consider that person a friend, you still fucked up. I found out some of my friends in high school were abusive. Oh, and it was over. Wasn't no more friendship, wasn't no more cool. We ain't sitting at the same lunch table, none of that type of stuff. And when people asked me, I was like, he don't know how to keep his hands to himself. And they were like, oh, he tried to fight you? I'm like, it wasn't me. It was his girl. I'm very vocal about that. I ain't finna have no Sean Diddy Cone friends and then they come out like that on a video. Nah. If I know you putting your hands on your woman, I'ma check you. And if I hear it keep going on, we are done, bro. It's over. I'm not gonna be culpable. I'm not gonna be just sitting by knowing this is happening and me still consider you a homie. No.
Say something.
Can you beam up too?
Huh?
Can you beam up too?
I can't beat him up physically because then I will get charged.
Oh.
So you have to know, you have to be smart about it. Like, but I'm not gonna be silent about it either. I'm gonna let people know what type of person you are. You a hoe ass N-word.
Yeah. Hard R.
Hard R.
Hard.
I feel
bro.
like all the guys that put their hands on women need to be put on one island and then
Choked out. What?
Nah.
Who said that?
I'm not even gonna finish what I was gonna say. I was gonna have to say something way worse than that.
You was gonna set the island on fire?
Nah.
Drown
I'll
him?
tell you when we cut the camera.
The camera's off. What you mean?
It's
Nah,
up,
baby.
yeah.
Nah.
Okay, y'all. So moving. This is a new story. Y'all ready? Get your face.
I'm trying to listen and I forget things when I'm listening. I have to look.
What?
You're a visual learning person too.
So I, 25 male, recently inherited my dead grandmother's apartment. As she lived in the city where I went to college, she offered me to move in with her on the condition that I buy groceries for her and drive her when she needs it. I accepted as I did not have to pay rent, got to use the car otherwise, and I have a good relationship with her. Now she has recently died and her will has made public in it she left me the apartment.
Oh.
She also put in her will a letter in which she explained her reason. And her reason was that I made her final years happier than she imagined them to be after my grandfather died, so she wanted me to have it. Now, my sister, 29, has twin boys, 6, and came to me and asked if I could let her live in the apartment so that her boys could have their own room. I also know that she and her husband could never afford such a place, at least not in such a good location. However, neither could I if it were not for the inheritance, so I told her no. When I talked with my father, he advised me that I am single and don't need a place this big, so I should think about my sister and that her family is also mine and that I could always move back when I start a family of my own, which confuses me more.
What? What do you mean move?
I understand where my family is coming from and we have otherwise a good relationship. I also really like my nephews and wish them all the best. However, I feel very much at home in the apartment and don't want to give it up. Any advice on how to handle this situation?
Yeah, he cool.
That's it? He cool? You okay with him saying no? What if you was the sister with the twin boys?
I was like, dang, all right.
Dang, all right. You'll just accept the no?
I mean, it was given to him. If he in the same situation as me, but without the family, if I had the apartment and he wanted, I'd be like, oh, that's unfortunate. Like, We're both in the same situation. It's just, I don't know.
No,
Well, financially. Because that's what he pointed out, just not like
right.
room, like space wise, you know.
Mm.
I get how it's like, oh, you're just one person, like, but I can't afford anywhere like this, and this is the only time I'd ever get this. Sorry, maybe somebody else will die and give you their apartment. I don't know.
Babe, your wheels turning.
Yeah, this is a difficult. I will say this first of all. It depends on the relationship you have with your family. Me and my family know. Hey, don't ask me.
Yep.
Come on. In the 15 plus years I've been in LA, my mom has been out here twice. And I'm gonna be honest with you, she probably ain't coming back out here. She can ask, but she ain't welcome. If she come out here, she got to get her own apartment or her own hotel. She can't stay here no more. Okay, I'm not that type of person. I need my personal space. And here's the thing: I understand you got a family, you got 2 boys. Maybe y'all were planning to only have 1 kid, but that's something you got to take into account once you start having kids. The finances. Okay, don't have no kids just because y'all love each other and y'all think y'all can make it work. You need to make sure that you got the money. And I understand that things will still come up, like having another baby. However, until them boys are 7, 8 years old, they be fine in one room. They be just fine in one room. Now, if you want to stay in a better part of town, then you need to save your money up.
She meant own room as if they didn't have
They
a separate room
didn't,
for themselves already.
No, that's what I'm saying. So I took it as she's asking the brother to let her and her husband have that apartment, because I would imagine it's a 2-bedroom if the grandma was staying there and the brother
It's
was
a
staying
3-bedroom.
Okay, so she wants to move in.
And each of her boys have their own room.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because they
No.
Wait, I thought it meant that the kids didn't have a room for themselves. Because they said they don't have their own room.
That's
See,
what
it actually does not clarify, but it does say, he points out the apartment has 3 bedrooms. So that means
I'm guessing-
her and her husband in one, the kids each have one.
The twins don't need a separate room.
Or they move in with him. It could be saying
But
that.
also, Ick.
Yeah, so her and her husband in a room, and then the twins in the room, and then him in a room. Now, here's the thing. If that's the case, realistically, I'll give y'all a year to save up your money you put in on this rent, unless it's one of like a flat somewhere and the apartment is already paid off.
Yeah.
I'll give y'all 6 months to get y'all stuff together. In 6 months, you should be able to put together a decent down payment. If I'm holding down the utilities and we ain't got to pay no rent, yeah, but you can't live here. I don't want you here. I love you. And I'm able to love you because I have space and I'm not around you all the time. I want to continue to love my nephews. They here all the time. I'm going to push one of them down the stairs. My niece and my nephew were here a couple weeks ago. They jumped on and off of everything. Everything.
Everything.
I'm going to be honest with you. You got more than 1 kid, you need a house. You don't need to have nobody potentially underneath
I
you.
was exhausted just looking at them.
They're cute as a button, but let me tell you something. They not welcome back either. I sprinkled a little cocaine on their bags when they checked into the airport.
Leave the kids at the door. Tie them to the gate outside. Leave them at the door.
Babies can't come back
They
in
should
here.
have slept right there.
Yeah, we got to take them to the park when we see them. They not ready for real house like that.
God, yeah.
I just can't do it. But again, I'm the type of person where I don't want to cohabitate with small children ever, ever. That would never be something that would be attractive or fun for me to do. So just based on that. But again, it depends on how close you are with your family. Now, him just saying, like, I don't want to give up my space, I understand that too. And I understand that the lady was married and maybe she had kids, so she wasn't able to go spend as much time or take care of the grandma. But you could have went through. You could have made some time. You could do tea Sundays. You could do something with his grandma. So maybe she would have left it to both of y'all. But if you are focused on your family, and that's what's most important to you, you need to continue to do that. And you ain't getting no free passes. I'll help you. I'll be trained for to just get this apartment and it was left to me. Are you crazy?
The whole apartment?
Come on now.
Yeah.
And the dad's like,
And the
you gotta
dad's
think
like,
about
yeah.
your family.
And you can move back in when you start your own.
That
don't even make sense.
I'm
Let them
gonna
stay
take
with
her
you.
out.
Let them stay with you, Dad. Let them move back in
It's
with
like,
you.
so it's like, me and me and my fiance now, we want to start a family, so I'm kicking my sister and her family out the house. No,
Like,
I just
oh,
won't ever let you in.
I'm only worth something if I have a family. I'm not worth something by myself.
But how would you accept the no? Would you be accepting of the no? Would that cause a fray in your relationship?
That definitely that would definitely cause a
It would definitely cause a friend.
But I'd be
I
like,
also
I
would,
respect it.
I will also be mindful of I'm asking someone else to give up their personal space, their living. I'm asking them, whether it's asking them to move in with them to give up their personal space and take in 4 new people, or asking them let me have their whole apartment and them find somewhere else, which is absolutely insane.
That's insane.
Right? Because even if, like, okay, let's say that the apartment's paid off, they ain't got to pay no rent there, right? Okay, so now I got to find another place to stay. Are y'all gonna pay my rent? Because now I'm put out. Are y'all gonna put half on my rent, or you gonna put 2/3 on my rent or something? Because y'all are living for free right now. Are y'all living for free to stack up and get your own place, or you just want this place permanently? And what you gonna do? Put your sister and brother-in-law on a contract saying, "Hey, I'm going to give you this place for 3 to 5 years, or until I find a sort of family of my own, whichever comes first. Upon which you have 6 months to get out and vacate the premises, so I can have this place." How would that even go? That's going to get messier down the line. I'm not doing all
Yeah,
that.
I wouldn't even agree to the living with part, because that all,
Cause like
and they always go over their welcome. Like they gonna end up there 3 years later.
Cause it's family.
Yeah.
And
Like,
you're not
should
going
be
to have,
okay with that.
your house should be a peaceful place for you. It should be welcoming. It should be your place of solitude. If you're going from a quiet apartment to kids running back and forth and playing and yelling and laughing and crying, now it's no longer that for me.
Hmm.
Now I am more comfortable at work, or more comfortable at my girlfriend's house, or more comfortable being out, because now my place isn't peaceful. You have no right, authority, or jurisdiction over my peace. I will protect it at all costs. And if that means that me and my sister won't be as tight as we used to be because she asked me something wild as hell, then so be
Right.
it. But I am
See?
not giving up my peace.
So I want to know, like, what the balls to ask the question. Would you ask the question? Y'all put it in the comments. Would you ask the question and expect it? Would you ask the question and accept a no? Would you be accepting of, like, no, and still be cool with it?
Like we'd have to talk it out before I'm just like, I don't know, just like to understand.
Mhm.
Cause she might not know what his financial situation. You don't know what everybody in your family.
It shouldn't even matter what his financial
True.
situation is.
But it's like also like coming from like I'm trying to be in the mind of a person with a husband and
Yeah, you trying
2 kids.
Yeah.
It's like I need a little bit of closure because it's a whole apartment to yourself. And 3 bedrooms. I understand, but I need a little closure because it's kind of a nice place. Like I just need a little chat. It's like I respect it. Just a little chat, just to understand your decision, why you say no.
I feel that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I think people with kids, the same with people with pets, you have to understand that is your responsibility. I don't like when people just let their dogs run up on you and sniff you and stuff.
Everybody. I don't like when people let their kids run up on you.
Exactly.
I don't like them.
I don't, that's
I don't
not my
like 'em.
thing. Like, and for you to ask that and just assume just because I love them, like I love all of my family. I don't like everybody in my family, but I love all of them. I don't want anything to happen to them, and I wish everybody the best. At the same time, can't nobody live with me. This is it. Ain't no, oh man, I fell on hard times. Is it okay? Well, great, man. I'm gonna help you research some centers and some shelters. We're gonna get you back on your feet in 6 months to a year, but you are not welcome here. And there ain't nothing against nobody. It's just I cannot chance losing my peace.
Yeah.
In a world that's already chaotic. I
Especially
need
at
at least
home.
one solitude place, one place
Yeah.
of solitude. You're not welcome here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Not in my house. I'm on brother's side with this one. I would have to say no.
Yeah. Only way I would agree to it is if, okay, I'll give you this, especially if it's paid off again. That's the caveat. This place is paid off. So all y'all have to do is pay utilities to save your money. I will give you this place for 3 years or 2 years, but you're going to fund my new 1-bedroom or my new studio.
Yeah,
And it's gonna be in
somebody
this
else.
neighborhood.
Yeah, somebody else said, like if you decide to give them the place, then charge them rent.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, rent out one of your houses
Yeah,
or something.
that's
Rent out
another
a
thing to
place.
do. But here's the thing, though. Now you're dealing with family paying
And
you
paying
rent
you on time.
on time. Oh, we're a little late. This late,
And they gonna think you just
okay,
gonna be
cool.
okay.
Okay, well, how
And if
about
she
this?
had the audacity to ask you to give up your home for her and her family, she's not gonna pay you on
And
time.
so then this is what you do. Then you get a management company, right,
Whoop,
to manage.
come
it.
knocking at
So
that
now
door.
you pay them. Okay, they give me my cut. I pay them the management, and the moment you fall 2 months behind, you're out. You, your kids, and your husband are out. And this ain't personal. This is business because I don't trust the personal side of our family of you to uphold our agreement. And so because of this, I have to put fail safes in place to make sure that you honor our agreement. And that's what it's gonna be. They done being serious, guys. I'm gonna see y'all next week. Thank y'all so much.
I
for
No,
know,
listening.
I
totally
was
serious.
Put in
Totally.
the comments what you would do in this situation.
What
Yes.
would you do in this situation?
Would you ask?
Would
Would
you
you ask for the apartment? Like,
I'd be scared too.
I would not. I'd be like, you lucky son of a bitch. And that'll be
I bring it up every time if I see it. Like, how's that apartment?
I'm like, great. I
'Cause
just
also-
I just redecorated the
I'm
West Wing.
sorry. That's
Oh,
another
the
thing.
West-
The West Wing. I just thought about something else. Like having a family in there like that. Even if he gave them a year, 2 years, the wear and tear from 2 kids, something gonna be broke, y'all.
Crayons on the walls.
Something gonna
Spills on
be
the carpet.
broke.
Yeah, man, no.
Something is gonna be broke.
They got to pay for
Um,
that too before they leave.
Oh my goodness.
That's
So
what's up.
yeah, let us know. Would you have the audacity to ask, and how would you feel if you ask and we're given a no? Put it
Leave
in
it
the
in
comments.
comments,
Let's
guys.
talk about it. Let's start a conversation. Okay. So that's all we got for today. No more. Okay. So fuck it up. Thank you for joining us for another episode of More to the Story.
You have to bring it over here so it can be joined. Wait, you got it. You're not
Do
doing
like
it
that-
right.
Do it like that, so it's more, so it's an M.
I can't. Hold on.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right.
Did we do it?
Is it?
Did we do it,
Is
Dave?
This part ain't gonna see
Dave,
the light
did
of
we
day.
do
We're
it?
gonna edit this out because
Dave,
no.
did we do it?
Okay, don't scissor me. I don't like that.
Moore's to the